Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Today is Monday. We are back from Graceland, had a fantastic time. On my way to returning this rent-a-car. Prius, very satisfied. Gas mileage phenomenal. Had a great time. Probably spent $75, I think $78 total last night I came up with in gasoline for there and back from Tampa, Florida to Memphis, Tennessee. We actually stood in Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is the little town right on the border of Tennessee, Mississippi. It's actually the city you see in the Geico commercials where he's stepping back and forth across the little line. He says, I'm in Tennessee, Mississippi. That's the town we stood in. It's really cute, really nice. You're gonna see a little mini video coming up on a place I went called OB Donuts. It's in there, it's in that town, Olive Branch. Wonderful, just a wonderful little city. So, anywho, we're gonna head out to the airport. That's why I rented this rig, it was really cheap there. And then we will continue our day. I got some lawn maintenance to do and tons of video editing, man. I can't tell you. I probably got 4 separate videos. Another Saturday special I was working on. The Big Tennessee Adventure video is what I'm calling this particular one for the weekend. I did, like I said, did the donut review. That I consider a whole separate video as well. It almost is. The people there were so animated and great. It was probably some of the most fun footage I've ever shot. Really had a good time there. What else? Just so many things going on, trying to keep all these balls in the air at once. Not very easy. So anyway, let me get out to the airport, get this car returned, and we'll pick up the rest of the day as we go. Hello everyone, hope you had a great day today. I am out on my usual bike ride. You have to forgive my voice, I am quite hoarse and having a touch of laryngitis, kind of losing my voice after the weekend's adventure. If you haven't watched, go back, you'll see Friday. I left for Memphis with my wife and we went to Graceland and we went out to dinner a few times and we had a lot of fun. We did some shopping along the way. I drive, if you don't know already, I like to take road trips. I drive a lot of back routes. I stay off the major highways if I can, but I don't do anything that'll cost me any amount of time. And we usually find some interesting shops and different little boutiques or country stores and pull over, do some shopping, meet the people in those areas. Was Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama. So, you know, met quite a few of our neighbors around the country. Had a really good time. Ate some great food, which is one of the topics for discussion tonight. I had one of the most interesting meals I've ever had at a place called Southern Social. If you go back to my Friday video, you see I was talking about it, and I was very looking forward to it. And I said it would be an experience, and I kid you not, it was more of an experience than I could have ever bargained for. The food was mediocre. The people were the most interesting. The service staff and the maitre d' force and, you know, basically the service people, I would say. Super interesting. Anywho, let me get to a spot where I can pull over, sit down, and tell you this little tale because it's very, very unique. Not unique to me, but a story that I think you'll find quite interesting and unique one way or the other. So, we find a good spot. So here's the deal. The food was mediocre. The decor was super tacky. And the staff is as racist as they come. Welcome to Tennessee, my friends. Whoa! Just whoa! Caddy car, run. And traffic only stops for about a second. Here at Southern Social. Have a reservation. Alright, this guy's going in. Alright, let me set the scene. It's a restaurant called Southern Social. It's located in a part of Memphis called Germantown. Really nice part of town, really up and coming with restaurants and bars, beautiful southern homes, and you can tell it's a really high-end looking area, much like where I live right here. Anyway, me and my wife have a wonderful day at Graceland. We had a great time. We went to some local souvenir shops and met some wonderful locals in Memphis, working locals, because I don't believe in, you know, buying souvenirs in tourist areas because you pay 10 times more than the thing is really worth. So if you're willing to travel to lower part of their city, or if you just Google it, I just Googled, you know, Elvis souvenirs, and boom, 3 places came up that were like 6 miles away, and just like we had figured, you know, spent a third. A quick example, t-shirts at Graceland, $22, $27. I bought 4 t-shirts for $10. 3 of them were the same ones on the rack at Graceland. So, you know, do the math for yourself. Anyway, let me stay on point. We go to Southern Social. We go back to the hotel after being at Graceland. We shower. We get all duded up and fancy suited up in our best Sunday clothes. You know, we always believe in buying new clothes, something fancy to go out that one night we're in town and places. So, you know, very sharp looking. We were really looking sharp. Brought my camera with me, but had it in my back pocket. Shot some footage walking up, but nothing that they could see from the back of the building walking up. Anyway, get to the front door, walk in. Beautiful, beautiful establishment in the sense that, you know, it's very high-end looking. Very gourmet, 5 stars, Michelin's type restaurant. We're greeted by a young lady, very sweet, kind of surprised look, but very sweet nevertheless. Walked up, there was a couple in front of us. They gave their name, he sent them right to that table. We walked up, he asked for our name, I gave my name. I actually gave just my last name. I didn't give my first name. And he said my first name. He said, Andrew so-and-so? And I said, yes. And he looked at me, he looked at us, and he said, you can wait at the bar. Which, you know, in itself is really no big deal, doesn't mean anything. So, you know, we went over to the bar area, and the girls said, there's 2 seats here if you'd rather not drink, or you can find yourself a spot at the bar and wait. We're not big drinkers. We were really waiting till later on. We were headed to Beale Street. We were going to have some cocktails down there. So we're really there just for dinner. My wife was going to probably have a glass of wine. That was about it. We're waiting a few minutes. We see them seat another couple. At this point, I'm getting a little nervous as to what may be going on. The young lady comes out and looks at us very surprised, like we were still there, and says, oh, your table's ready, and leads us to the back. They seat us at a crossway between the kitchen area, the bar, and where the servers ring up their bill, in a dining room that had to have, no joke, at least 25 empty other tables. 4 or 5 4-people booths, 2 or 3 2-people tables, a couple of big tables by the window, by the back wall. Then there was a separate room in front that had at least 8 more empty Table set and ready to go, right by the window where the train passes, really nice. Anyway, they give us this table. I'm unhappy at this point, kind of figure out what's going on. My wife's a little more conservative in her thinking, so she's kind of getting it, but staying calm. Anyway, the girl comes back. We place our order for what turns out to be very mediocre food, and I'm not just saying that because of the unique racial dining experience, we'll call it, because I've lived that my whole life. It was very interesting to see that people with education, class, breeding, and money still act like it's 1818 instead of 2018, but I get it. We're Tennessee, we're quite melanated. When we walked in, I have to tell you, it seriously looked like, I don't know, country club, totally straight out of the 1960s. And so, you know, maybe I'm a little bit overly paranoid, but we were the only couple of color. Every head near us turned when they sat us because they thought they were leading us through to the parking lot or something. And so we placed our order. The appetizer was spectacular. We always get a crudité type platter with localized, you know, dishes. So it was fresh vegetables and some fresh sausages and meats and marmalades and honey. Excellent, delicious, best part of the meal. But that took 25 minutes to come out. They served all kinds of other people, 2 and 3 courses before they brought our appetizer. They brought the appetizers out and then they started treating us better. My wife had mentioned, do you think we should just go? And I told her, absolutely not. That's exactly what they want, and we won't be doing that. I've come all this way to eat, so I'm coming here to eat. So they will be serving me, and you know, it'll get better. They took our orders. It got better. The entrees came out. I was very interested in seeing how good the food was because, you know, I guess you can justify being very bougie and pretentious if you have amazing cuisine. One of the jobs I've had in my long experience of jobs is I'm actually a gourmet chef. I've worked in some of the finest French restaurants all over New York City and Manhattan Ocean Club and all the biggest hotels, and so I know really good food, and me and my family dine all over the country at some of the best restaurants, Peter Luger's in New York and Dino's in California, and you know, we eat really well. It's one of the things I believe in spending money on. It may be a bit extravagant, but very good food is always worth it. Anyway, the food came out. It was massively mediocre. Their menu is childish, leaning towards almost nouvelle, because that's what they were advertised as, but really tourist fare. Tourist fare with a higher end twist and a big price tag, so, you know, call it what you will. Anyway, service was better than average. I mean, everything came out together. It was hot. It was well in the way we wanted it. So, you know, I'll call it is what it is. The price was way overpriced for what it was. And I left a hell of a good tip because I go the opposite way. Even though the server was also very snooty and condescending. But I gave her a good tip to show her that, you know, hey, us working class people of color, we got money too. So next time you may want to be a bit nicer. Anyway, with that being said, Southern Social, save your money. Any other barbecue place or any other local jive. We went to a place called Westie's on Friday night, and the food was stellar. I wish I'd have went back there and tried some of their other dishes. Hometown, comfort food, never can beat it. It was the best food experience that we had in Tennessee. Anyway, I'm rambling. I had to get that out. I'm never surprised, but I'm always surprised where racism takes place. But, you know, even those with money, power, and influence are probably the worst ones. You know, it's not that surprising. But, you know, Southern Social, do a thumbs down. Unless you enjoy a very racial experience, I don't think anyone there really was having a good time. It was the saddest looking place I ever ate. So, anyway, let's get back up the road. It's getting late. I got a lot more editing to do. I got a lot of footage and pictures to curate, man. Time to go. All right. Alright, here we are at the end of another wonderful day. Truly wonderful because I was off of work today, so I can't complain at all. I'm about completely out of voice, like I said. Did a bit of rambling on about Southern Social. Probably gave them way too much of my time than I should have been concerned, but, those type of things still exist and you gotta learn to deal with it, I guess. Funny, still funny. No matter what, still find it funny. Anyway, tomorrow's a working day. Gonna finish my editing for some of the trip video and definitely gotta get this one done. So, y'all know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. Love ya. See y'all tomorrow. Man, I got lawn to do tomorrow, tree trimming probably. Shit, work. My boss gonna try to kick my ass. I'm glad I enjoyed myself, man, because nothing but more work to come.